Hello my lovelies. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. If you're a regular to my channel, you'll know that I'm quite open about having health conditions, several of which would class as disabilities, and I manage it really well. My main one, Ankylosing Spondylitis, I've been diagnosed for getting on for 15 years. And I recently participated in an autoimmune awareness hop to raise awareness of autoimmune conditions, of which Ankylosing Spondylitis, or AS, or AnkSpon for short. And because I've had it so long, I manage it quite well, and I know what I need to do to keep myself well. And it's like a daily thing that I have to focus on in order to manage. So I have to do physio exercises daily. I'm on quite a bit of medication. I have to use one of those pill boxes that you associate with old people. To keep track of all the medications that I need to take. I have to inject myself once a fortnight. And I've said before that crafting is a real tonic for me. And I've spoken to other people in other forums, and who've also shared that they have health conditions and how much crafting helps them. And, you know, my YouTube channel is a craft channel. But it's also about me being authentic and being real. And I have a disability, and the week before last, I had a flare up. So I don't get those very often now. My condition's fairly well controlled. That doesn't mean that I am by any means normal. It just means that I am less affected and better able to function. And by that, I mean I've had to reduce from full-time to part-time hours. I can't do my half of the household chores and the cooking and the cleaning anymore. My husband does the majority of he does pretty much all the cooking and washing up. I keep on top of the vacuuming, which I have to do in stages, and the washing. So by functioning, that's what I mean. Like, I can't work full time anymore. I'm just not able to. But the week before last, I was having a flare, and I'd looked in the mirror and I could just see it on my face, and I could see it. I could barely string a sentence together. I filmed a bit of footage talking about how I felt at the time, what it felt like to my body, in my mind, and I wasn't sure whether I was going to post it or not. And I thought, is that really relevant for me to be posting that on my craft channel, where my subscribers come to see inspiration and card making tutorials and ideas and things like that? And some things are going on in my life at the moment, and change, and I find that quite stressful. I don't know what the outcome's going to be. I'm doing all I can to make sure that the outcome for me is positive. But there's that element of the unknown that is stressful for everyone. But when you have a long-term health condition, stress, we know that stress impacts negatively on the body. So if you've got a person whose body already isn't functioning properly, and then they're exposed to stress, the impact that can then have. So, you know, I am endeavouring as much as I can, and I'm getting the support of a therapist. I don't think I've mentioned that before, but I am seeing a counsellor. who's helping me to focus on the positives and all the good things that I do have in my life, which I am aware of and blessed with. But it's like a daily thing that I'm actively having to do. I've cried more times over the last few days than I have in a long time. I've got some quite strong emotions quite near the surface. I'm feeling quite angry, and just sort of some more uncomfortable and unpleasant emotions. And I thought, do you know what? I do want to share that footage actually of what it's like, because I don't think, unless you have a long-term health condition or live with or are close to, and I mean very close to a person with a long-term health condition, and even then you might not even get it. But that's why I wanted to show this video. So the next portion of the video will be probably quite difficult for you to watch, but it's what it's like for me when I'm in a flare-up of my ankylosing spondylitis, and what it's like and what I have to do to be able to function. But I think it's important for me to do that because I have this platform, and if it helps just one person to get some greater insight into what it's like living with a long-term health condition, then that'll be wonderful. One of the reasons I think that I want to share this is because I really feel that crafting helps me to manage my condition. It helps others to manage their conditions, and it helps the world. And I know that might sound like, how does making cards help the world? But when, I know for a fact that it does, because when people have, when I've given people cards or when they've bought them from me for charity, and the proceeds goes to charity, I don't sell things for profit, they have got joy from that, and spreading joy in a world that has faced so many difficulties and is still continuing to face so many difficulties. If I can do that, then, that helps me to feel like I'm continuing to be useful in a world that has changed so much for me because of my health. I'm 38 years old, and I never thought that this would be my life at 38. I just feel moved. Something is moving me to make this video and to share with you my experience. So that's what I'm going to do. So in a moment you'll see past me and how different I look and sound and present when I'm having a flare-up. So see you in a mo. Hi guys, it's Terry from Vig Says Creates. It's morning time, so I'm working at the moment. I'm very lucky to be able to work from home at the moment. I might have to start going in a couple of mornings a week soon, but at the moment I'm working from home. And I'm having a flare-up of my AS, and so I just sort of wanted to do a brief video to show you what it's like. So basically, I take an injection every 2 weeks, which controls my main AS symptoms, which is pain and stiffness in my lower back. That works really well, but not for the whole fortnight. So I take it on a Sunday, and then usually on a Sunday or a Monday, I have a bit of a reaction where I get really fatigued, so I need to go to sleep. And then So it takes a couple of days for it to kick in, and then it really does make me pretty much pain-free in my lower back. But then early 2020, I was diagnosed with costochondritis, which is inflammation of the rib cage, well, predominantly the costochondral joints here, where your ribs meet your sternum. Which surprised me because I get pain around my entire rib cage, so like everywhere, like under my breasts, the side of my breasts, my back, just my whole entire rib cage. So to manage that, I recently had steroid injections into my costochondral joints, which is really quite unpleasant. And I wasn't sure how well it was working, but then reflecting on it, I need to take as many painkillers or use as many other methods to control it, like topping up with paracetamol and using my heat pads and things. But the last 2 days I've been really fatigued. I'm due to take my injection on Sunday and it's now Thursday. But I've been really fatigued. Like Tuesday I had a nap for about an hour or so before my hubby got home from work, so about 4:30 to 5:30. And today, like, I woke up on my back feeling so stiff. Like, I mean, I've never been a gym fan, although I did used to like doing classes, and I've never had a good kick in. I've been beaten up, but like that's the only way I can sort of describe it, really. Imagine like the fatigue that you get when you've got like a really bad lurgy, a virus or something, and you just have no energy and you just feel like you need to go to sleep or curl up on the sofa and put on your favourite film. So I've got that. I've got 2 of those stick-on heat pads that you stick onto your clothing, stuck onto my lower ribs, so onto my vest top that I wear, because I can't wear bras anymore, it's too painful. So I've got 2 of them stuck on the front ribs just below my breasts, and then this electric heat pad which heats up the back, and it's you plug it into a portable device like you use to charge up your mobile phone. So, and that also keeps the pads in place on the front, so it's heating up my back. I've got the pads on my front, and then my lower back is really sore, and I'm working from home and I need to sit down to work. My lower back is killing me, so I'm sat on my chair with a hot water bottle pressed against my lower back. And this is what I look like. I just feel like I could just crawl into bed. So I wanted to shoot this because, you know, I recently participated in an autoimmune awareness hop talking about AS and the effects of it, but like this is one of the effects of it. So my face right now, like, is one of the faces of AS, and that's how it feels. It feels like I've had a good kick into my rib cage, to my lower back, and I haven't slept for 3 days, and someone's pulled the plug and I've got no energy. It's even hurting me to hold my phone up. Like, it's making my arms ache, and I've got to work till 11:45 and then go out for a medical appointment. But yeah, so if you wonder what it's like to have AS, I'm not like this all the time, and I haven't been like this for a while, but this is what a flare-up is like for me. So I've done all my physio exercises this morning. I've taken my anti-inflammatory medication and some painkillers. I've rubbed capsaicin cream, the heat cream, all into my rib cage. I've taken 2 paracetamol, which helps my stronger painkillers work better. And I'm still having to cover my entire body with heat just to be able to function. So if anyone in your life has an invisible illness and tells you that they have fatigue and pain, please don't think that fatigue means tiredness. Because often I've found that when I've tried to explain to people, oh, I'm really fatigued, they say, oh yeah, I get really tired sometimes. And it's like, no, it's not. Tiredness is not fatigue. Fatigue, I went to bed at 8 o'clock. I was asleep by 9. Got up at 5:45, my usual. It's fine. I had plenty of sleep. But this is what it's like. So that will end my sob story. But if this brings a bit of awareness to what it's like to have a long-term health condition and to try and function and how hard it can be. Oh, and the brain fog. I didn't even mention the brain fog. All I'm doing now is checking files on a system to see if the patient is still registered to the service, and if not, moving their folder to a different folder. It's not even mentally taxing, and I'm struggling because my mind keeps going all fuzzy. So yeah, this is a day with AS. Yeah. So, but anyway, this is a different video than I usually post. I don't even know if I'm going to post it, but I'll be back soon with a card video. Love you guys. See you and speak to you soon. Bye.